Hey VC, what's going on? Sean back here with the Music Corner. I know in my last video I kind of talked about gonna do second part of an update, so that's what this is gonna be. This is basically kind of like I said before. It's alternative pop punk, post-hardcore punk, however you want. Just a lot of '90s alternative. Um, Stuff like that. So we're gonna get started in that. But first up, having a little beer today. This is Mutagenic Alchemy from War Pigs Brewing. It's an IPA. Got yuzu peel and Meyer lemon added. So it's kind of like a semi-sour meets IPA. It's really good. It's not super tart. I don't think my wife thought it was very tart and sour, but War Pigs is just the collaboration between Three Floyds Brewing here in Indiana and then McKellar over in Denmark. So it's just what they do. It's kind of just a Three Floyds offshoot. Got a really cool logo. So really enjoyed their stuff. They have a lot of really good IPAs. Their artwork's always really cool. So we'll crack that open. Then we'll jump into this. Cheers. Good stuff. All right, first up, I'm going to show a 7-inch. I don't buy a lot of 7 inches, but there is stuff from the 90s, kind of alternative scene stuff that there's some cool things out there. I got this cheap on Discogs, so this is Bill from Seaweed. So this has Bill, and then it's backed with Pumpkin. It's on Sub Pop. I don't know if this was part of like the singles collective series, but this one's on this turquoise kind of marble Sub Pop label, big hole. It's got a $5.99 sticker on the back. I did not pay even $5.99 for it, so picked it up. Been kind of on a Seaweed kick lately, kind of a band I listened to a little bit back in the day and kind of got more into them. It was a friend's older brother that got me into them. So next, like I said, I don't know if I showed some of this, but obviously I picked this up at Record Store Day. The Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs, double LP. I have the printed inners on here because I change them out. So a great shot of the band there live. Same with that one. And then, if I can, some really cool photos. Great 2 LP set. This was on, if it wants to come out, it was on, it's on clear vinyl. So, I was really happy to have this. Pearl Jam's one of those bands I've liked forever. Do I follow everything they do? No. I've seen them live probably 5-6 times, maybe more, but always really enjoyed their stuff. So Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs. Next, this is a band I would say I didn't get into when they came out. At least the first album when they came out. It's kind of later on people kept talking about it, so I didn't. That's Rival Schools. This is Pedals. This is a music on vinyl. Limited press of 2000 on translucent red. So Rival Schools this was the second album, and this came out 10 years after their debut. Which for some reason the name escapes me right now, but I know it's coming up for pre-order. I know there's a deluxe edition for Record Store Day. I'll probably just get a regular copy, but really good. This is Walter from Quicksand, lead singer, vocalist, guitar player. Really good stuff. I mean, if you're into some of that emo rock stuff, this is really good. This is not like My Chemical Romance emo. This is a completely different thing, but just fantastic stuff. that. Next, here's just a classic. Fugazi, 7 songs. This is the recent reissue off Discord. Really good shot of the band. This is the red vinyl. Really good, obviously. Just a classic, starting off with Waiting Room. But Fugazi is a band. I enjoyed them. A lot of the stuff Ian MacKaye did from this and after, I enjoyed. The Corky album from a couple years ago, fantastic. I'm not a huge Minor Threat guy. I would take this all day over Minor Threat. So, but just love this stuff. Like I said, there's also the track list. So, but just really enjoy it. Like I said, the Discord stuff from this point kind of on, I really enjoy. Dave, you know, I know is a big Lungfish guy. I'm starting to get into their stuff. The Rites of Spring stuff I enjoy. So definitely looking to still do more on the Discord stuff. This album here was a gift. Green Day Dookie. This was the Walmart exclusive aqua colored vinyl. Sounds great. Now it's got that 90 Reprise label. But Dookie was just one of those albums, you know. I mean, what was this, 94? I think 94. 94 sounds right. Wow, that's a very small rating. Wow. Yeah, 94. So, I was 12 when it came out, getting ready to turn 13. So, pivotal time in my life with music. You know, it's really kind of when you come into your own, what you're wanting to listen to. Another great reissue here. Seaweed's Actions and Indications. This was originally from 95. This was a merge reissue, and I didn't know I got this copy, but I got a Down in the Valley, which is a record store up in Minneapolis. They did an exclusive press with merge of 300 copies, and it's on this. It says reddish yellow swirl. Yeah, pretty much. I kind of have this, you know, yellowish orange color with a little bit of marks in it. Fantastic album. I remember when this came out, I was getting ready to graduate high school. Graduated in 2000, so this was one of those. I remember a buddy playing it, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta check this out," and it was fantastic. You know, I was familiar with Seaweed from stuff like this because of a friend's older brother, but hadn't really listened to him a lot. At that point, I was listening to a ton of like classic rock and, you know, 60s psychedelia and stuff like that. I was really big into that through that early part of high school, and going through, I kept listening to a lot of that stuff, but so I kind of lost touch with certain alternative stuff, but this is fantastic. Warsaw was a great song. What Are We Taking? I really like that. The Red Tape Parade, really liked that. You're gonna notice here, it's reissue after reissue after reissue. Love my reissue. I mean, 90s stuff is getting reissued left and right just because it's 30th and 25th anniversary stuff, so I'm loving it. My bank account, wallet, not as much. But musically, in my ears, they're digging it. Another one here, Blake Baby's Sunburn. I want to say this is, 90. Juliana Hatfield, John Strom, who later went on to play in the Lemonheads, along did Juliana. And then, I always forget her name, but the other girl, she and John Strom actually formed Antenna back in the 90s down in Bloomington, Indiana. Great stuff. This is an American Laundromat, but this is a splattered wax. They did, I think there was like a green copy, a yellow copy, a splatter. I opted for the splatter one. Fantastic. And we're gonna get in here and see if we can figure out Frida Love Smith. That's her name. I could not think of it to save my life right now. So, just fantastic early 90s alternative, kind of pop oriented. I mean, if you're a fan of just Juliana Hatfield, Lemonheads, you know, or Juliana Hatfield 3 stuff, I think you're really going to enjoy this. Kind of pop oriented, great alternative. All right, next. Now this is a band, another one that I heard Dave, the VC ambassador, talk about. And I had talked with him, and he told me kind of where it started, because I know he had shown some box sets of this. But Unwound, this is New Plastic Ideas. Now he even said in a video, like, this stuff was more cutting edge, or he thought was better, I think, in 92 than stuff Nirvana was putting out. I wouldn't say that, but this is fantastic. If you're a fan of Slim and just some like noise rock, noise alternative, you know, Sonic Youth, stuff that's a bit more experimental, this is fantastic. And Numero Group does a phenomenal job. This is a repress. This is on this really cool purple vinyl, kind of marbled. And Numero Group stuff, you know, it's not super expensive. It's not super cheap. But I got this from a guy online on Discogs for $20, which was about $5, $6 less than the other one, because of a slightly dented corner. Now, I'm going to show you. This is the dented corner. That little crease, little dent, saved me $5. I would do that all day. So, but yeah, when I ordered from this guy, I actually received this. Now that doesn't want to go back in. That's one thing about Numero Group stuff. It's very hard to get in. I need to change the inner sleeve. I mean, these jackets are thick. And it's just, stuff does not like to slide in. But whatever. But they do have some really good soul stuff I want to get to. The Syl Johnson stuff. Yeah, I dig that. Especially Dressed Too Short. Whew. That album's cooking. Definitely cooking. Can't, been looking for a copy just in person, but I'll probably have to just order it online. Although, Numero Group, I mean, I might be able to get their stuff easy around here being in Chicago, and that's where they're from. Here we go. Here's another Numero Group. This is Seam. Weird how this one, like, someone must have, but this was a sealed copy, so this one came in an outer sleeve with the hype sticker on there. This Numero Group one, the hype sticker's on the shrink. That's why I haven't changed this out of the shrink yet. But here we got Seam Head Sparks. Slowcore, just really cool kind of stuff. I love Galaxy 500 and getting into some stuff. So, and this is on this turquoise wax with, mine has this awesome like olive green little swoop, which is kind of funny because it kind of matches the, you know, logo here. So I really dig that. Like I said, this was a sealed copy. And I picked this up down just south of Indianapolis at a place called the Vinyl Rescue Project. Really cool store. Been there before. basically like the next couple towns north of where my aunt and uncle live, south of Indy. I've gone there multiple times with my uncle. He's a big vinyl guy, mainly like early 60s pop, rock, you know, Beatles. He likes blues, some jazz, you know, stuff like that. And I stopped there last time we were heading down on my way to their house. We were actually surprising them. So, got that. But Seam is one of those bands, like I said, Galaxy Pirate Slowcore. I know is it Idaho? Their stuff is getting reissued. Kind of waiting on that too. I've really been kind of digging into them. So this is one of the latest things I've gotten, and that is the Lemonheads self-titled from 06. Yeah, 06. This is part of Vagrant Records' 25th anniversary. So there was multiple copies of this that came out. Newberry Comics had a copy. Vagrant has their own copy. There's just a random splattered copy that was kind of like the indie record store, widely distributed. A black copy and a Vinyl Me Please. I got the Vagrant one. It's this green, yellow, black blob. Is kind of how they literally described it. Green, yellow, black blob. I love this record. This is the last full length that they had put out of originals. They've done the Varshians 1 and 2, the cover albums. Both those are fantastic, but this is just really good. This has Bill Stevenson from All the Descendants on drums. Fantastic. Pittsburgh is a great song. Black Gown. I really like Rule of 3. But glad to have this. Glad that came out. And then this I received in the spring. And like I said, I don't know if I'd ever shown it. But this was the Lemonheads It's a Shame About Ray 2LP. Now, I opted for the bookback edition. So here we have it. 2LP set, done as a hardcover book. Bunch of extra liner notes. Disc 1 is the album. Disc 2 is a live show. Well, not live show. It's the demo recordings. And some essentials. So, side 3, you know, it's got acoustic. For some reason, I thought this was a live show. And I think that's because my Lemonheads Lovey book back is a live show. I think that one is. I opted for the book back because, like I said, Record Store Day, Black Friday, I want to say, 2 years ago, they did Lovey. This is on Fire Records. I also have the Evan Dando Baby on Board, done in a book back that I picked up. That was actually like the only copy I'd ever seen in person. I did that at Reckless Records in Chicago. I picked one of those up. So when they did the Lovey book back, I'm like, oh, cool, because I got one. And then when they announced this, I obviously went for the book back. They did 2 colored pressings, and, you know, I don't need color pressings, but for albums I really like, I do like to get them. But like I said, I had already done book backs, so I did that. Come On Fuel should be next. Fire Records did announce they're doing all the Atlantic albums. So, and it started with the Lovey book back. This was next. So, Come On Feel, Car Button Cloth, both of those should be coming out. Can't wait. Like I said, if there's a colored press I really like, I might get it if the price is right, but those aren't cheap, so I kind of do that one. But that's it. That's all I have to show. I have multiple pre-orders out. I know today, September 22nd, Queens of the Stone Age announced 3 3 pre-orders, maybe 4. Clockwork, the self-titled, and one other. I pre-ordered Clockwork and the self-titled. So those I'm hoping, I think one's December, one's October. Definitely looking forward to those. And then, what I know I have a couple other pre-orders out there. Not really sure what right now for some reason. But I do have some stuff pre-ordered. So until next time, guys, keep spinning.